What's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's like one when you told me like that it's not the high school jersey.
No, it's not the high school jersey.
That's
I don't want to be
incredible.
associated with that institution.
And it's fine. They won't even get no shine on this podcast. It's totally okay. But I'm just like, I'm like, dang, like, why your moms be keeping your old stuff so clean? Like, every time my mom give you old shit, it's dirty as hell.
The thing about this jersey, this is my 7th and 8th grade basketball jersey. And sidebar, I won the award for athletic achievement. There was a girl and a boy that won.
Humble brag.
It's like one of the only things I've ever won, like won one in 8th grade. I was like the it athletic
You were the it girl? What happened?
I got fat. No, I'm kidding.
I hate you so much.
No, I mean, I
my
played basketball all through high school, but like cared more about socializing than practicing.
You were developing more social habits than the.
But no, I've
the
always
athletic
loved sports. No,
achievements.
but this is my 7th and 8th grade jersey. The reason I have it and it's so nice is because they got new jersey. This is the 8th grade jersey. This is a new one in 8th grade, quote unquote. And they said we could keep the old one, but I was in 8th grade, so I was like, "Fuck you, I'm keeping both."
Dang, so you took them both?
Yeah, so I have the old one and the new one.
Rude as hell.
Don't ask me why it fits me now.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about that. That's you.
But this
bringing
was
it
like
up.
early 2000s when the style was like literally like 100 sizes too big for you.
Oh yeah, no, they.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about with
Yeah.
those jerseys.
So like literally I was wearing like pant shorts. And like calf socks. I thought I was a real baller. But yeah.
She was like, check me out, baby. Next gen Fab Five, let's go.
But actually then one year, I think I was when I was a freshman in high school, I wore, remember LeBron's first. It was literally like a Timberland work boot basketball shoe. It was all black. I had those. They weighed like 12 pounds.
You got LeBron's, man. Look at you. That's living the good life.
Yeah.
I was out
So
here
anyway,
balling in
this is
Starberries.
Rep the IHM St. Louis. School's not even called that anymore. So me and my mom were laughing. They're like, they're gonna call you and be like, we don't want our name associated with this podcast. It's a fucking Catholic grade school. Whoopsie.
And be like, don't worry about it. You guys ain't even that name no more. We're good. We're good. People have
Yeah.
to Google just to figure it out, so we're good.
Yeah, Lucers, shout out. Y'all know who you are.
Shout out. Welcome back. Another episode of the
Quarantings.
Quarantings in the building.
Yeah. Wait, how many people did you go to grades? Like, how many people were in your grade? In grade school?
In grade school?
Yeah.
Like elementary?
Yeah.
That's an excellent question. I mean, yeah, I was about
Like
to say maybe
100?
like 100.
Okay,
That
that's
sounds
more
about
comparable
right.
than I thought.
That sounds
We
about-
only had like 65.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I have a grade school yearbook sitting next to my bed.
Yeah.
No, next to my bed. Yeah, that's high school. But yeah.
He's
But
got the earbuds right there, like, Kiki. Ooh,
you
she was
love
bad.
me? But yeah, no, we had a decent sized school because we were K through 5.
I mean, we were K8, but it was Catholic, so like it was like very like just weird
we were
kids.
K through
and
5, but then there was like, I know kindergarten was like fucking there's AM and PM.
Oh, I
So,
had
like,
there was only like 6 of us that I had half day.
Oh.
You know my mom. She's too sweet. She would pick me up. Let me watch Pokemon after lunch.
Wow. You know, my parents, they were like, half day? What are we supposed to do with this kid for the rest of the day? Y'all keep him? He can't go to both classes? He can learn more. It's the same lesson plan.
Except
Mr.
I was
Mrs.
bullied
Banana.
in kindergarten because I had this really cute fucking Winnie the Pooh pajamas on pajama day.
You were bullied because you were cute.
No, for the Winnie the Pooh. This certain boy was like, that's for babies.
Ah, so look at you. You were starting crushes all the way back
Yeah,
then.
but when I was 6.
Look at you now. I wonder where he is now.
But we don't condone the narrative that boys like you if they're mean to you. We don't condone that on this podcast.
I'm not saying whether we condone it or not, but let's just call the facts that back in the day, that was the move.
Back in the day,
I don't
sure.
think it's the move anymore,
No.
honestly. But again,
Nowadays, little 6-year-old girls are like, you can't talk to me like that. Hopefully they are.
yeah, everybody's running around singing Beyonce. Who's running away?
Yeah.
So, oh my days.
Yeah.
How do we even get
Anyway.
on this topic? Oh, your fucking
My
shirt.
fucking jersey, yeah.
That's
Good
right.
times, good times.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Yes, but hey, that was back when you was a winner, and it was a wonderful segue. This
Yeah.
is This is an episode all about losers.
L7.
No, and it was funny is when you gave me this topic, I was like, I don't think that she saw the IG post that I saw.
No, I didn't.
I think it was like Charlemagne.
Of course it was.
Breakfast Club had interviewed Rick Ross. And apparently he has a new book coming out.
Oh.
And literally the main topic is learning how to, as he says, hold the L. And I was like, man, Ross, I don't really know a lot of L's you've taken. Like,
seriously.
Other than, when we found out that you weren't as hard as you came out to be, Mr. Correctional Officer. But like, other than that, I feel like that was the only L you really took, bro. You was good. Rosé.
I mean, we've all taken L's in our lives, but in his professional career, I would have to agree with you.
Correct. As long as I've known who he was, that's the only L that I know him to hold. And I don't even think he actually held it. I think he just kind of ignored it and just kept it moving. Which, hey, everybody handles it differently.
That's true.
But yeah, she brought this up, and I was like, damn, why you gotta bring up such a depressing topic?
I know. No, I think it's a fun topic. I don't know. I think it's fun to make light of the trials and tribulations that you be going through. Like, I don't know, it just makes you feel better.
Hey, I'm always here for the jokes, but either way, this is your idea, so you're going to have to start.
Yeah, some of this, so, I mean, to be fair, like, some of this stuff I've been thinking about bringing to the pod, and there was just, a lot of extenuating factors.
Wait till they hear that episode where we take them behind a curtain, and then they'll understand a little more about how you operate, but...
Yeah, I had to let things marinate and the time has to be right. But basically the concept here is that we are breaking down some of the L's that have occurred basically over the summer, essentially.
Yes, little, not a summer recap per se, but one could lie and say that's it.
Right.
So that's fine if you want to call it that.
And also just to in an overall way, emphasize that good and bad shit happens all the time.
To everybody, we're all special and we're not special all at the same time. Exactly. I get it, yes.
Yeah.
But Mama told me I was special, so that's how I'm gonna go with it. Okay.
So, basically, it's a series of stories, if you will. I guess.
I thought you were gonna say a series of unfortunate events.
No, it is a series of unfortunate events. Yeah. No, the first one is classic. I mean, now it's just I called, even when I texted you, I said the classic window smashing incident.
I mean, this is... So, what's funny is, did I even talk about my window smashing incident on that Riddle Me This episode?
Oh, you did once.
Okay,
yeah, you did once.
So, I thought that was bad.
Yeah.
And then I heard this story.
This shit was something else. Yeah, so...
It just made me feel better. I was like, it's true that there is someone else that goes through something in life. Just like you.
Right. And it's funny because it's one of those things that it's when there's physical damage, it's sort of, I often am defensive. One of the reasons I didn't want to talk about this for so long is because I'm very defensive over my lifestyle. And so because it's kind of, no one's surprised. It's rather unconventional. And so whenever something bad happens, I feel like I have to justify it in a way so that people aren't see, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be partying, you shouldn't be doing these things. And then time passes and I'm just it's just a window, it's fine. So
but in the moment.
But anyway, it's applicable to this podcast in a very specific sense, which is why I'm bringing it to the Hold the L episode. And this isn't, I mean, in both of the stories I have to tell tonight, many people, myself included, but not limited to myself, are holding L's. Or they should be.
Correct. I was about to say. You're not alone.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the beginning, this was way back in the beginning of the summer. I feel sheepish, I'm revealing, I've been holding this story from the listeners forever.
Again, 95 to 65. Girl, come on. Just let it flow. Let it flow.
Yeah, so this was way back in the beginning of the summer, just after I had moved into my new condo, which is...
Yeah, you couldn't have been there more than a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's kind of part of the whole thing, is that it was literally brand new. We didn't even have really furniture in there.
Brand new?
And my friend brought... So a friend of mine brought a new fling to come out with us.
Hold on. You were in kind of a fake Kristen date situation. There was not just the three of you. There was
no. I'm saying I had already met her before this night.
Okay, so you're doing that even
right. So I'm saying like even before, because I need to lay the groundwork of the fact that I met this girl before this incident happened, and like I was like, oh yeah, like normal.
And your immediate opinion of her was
kind of high strung, a little bit bougie, but for the most part normal and like fine to be a person who comes
probably
out.
Not gonna cause me any kind of damages. Continue.
Yeah. So I had met her or whatever. My friend, different night later on, brings her. I just moved into my condo to come out with us. They met us out. She's immediately like super nice, like buying me drinks, like just.
Oh man, I tell you, there's few things sexier than a girl that's buying you drinks. Oh man,
I know. Yeah, so like, fine, totally fine. We stay out too late, whatever, whatever, dilly-dallying after bar close. We're like, all right, let's go back to the house and drink. Kristen's new place, like da-da-da. You're making fun of me for saying dilly-dallying.
First of all, dilly-dallying is a great word. Google it.
So we finally get back to my crib. We're, after partying until the wee hours. Many joiners on the way back. I mean, it was just hectic, sloppy, hectic. Eventually,
it was, as the kids say, a shit show.
Yeah. Eventually, a la, I don't know, 5-ish.
God damn, Mike. Well, God damn, go to bed.
Probably 1, 2, 3, at least 4 or 5 people asleep in the living room. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to bed. I go alone into my bed. I'm like, nope, none of y'all motherfuckers are sharing with me. Fuck all y'all.
And Kristen loves to tell everybody that she going to bed and y'all enjoyed it and then just slat out that door.
Peace out, yeah. So I go to bed, right? So I'm like, I'm drunk, so like I'm asleep, but also I'm like sort
You're
of not.
Conscious.
Yeah.
You're still conscious.
Yeah, and like I hear, because my roommate hadn't moved in yet, so he didn't. There was no furniture in that bedroom, and so my friend and this girl are in there arguing because there was no one else in there, and so I can sort of hear them in there arguing, and they had sort of been in there like even before when everybody was still awake.
Yeah,
but like whatever, like shit happens when people drink, like people argue. It seemed
fine. Yeah, maybe let them go do their little stuff. Maybe they're just gonna do a little hate sex thing. You let it go.
Right, and like to be clear, the first time I met her was like right when they met, and this was only like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before this. So like
hadn't been very long.
They didn't know each other. Like they had been on a like couple dates, like maybe like 2-3 real dates, and like 2-3 Kristen style. We're going out with the homies dates.
We outside,
and they're arguing there. Whatever. I'm sleeping. It's getting more. It's getting more.
You're having a hard time getting this out, girl. Like, you've built it enough. Go ahead, tell the people.
Finally, I just hear thud, 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 and I bolt up. I'm like hammered.
Now
still.
She's no longer conscious. She's awake.
I'm awake as fuck. I'm still hammered, but fully like, what the fuck? I whip out my door. Everyone in the living room was still passed out, losers. They were not privy to any of this whole thing, which is so funny and horrible.
So helpful.
I throw open the door to the other bedroom, and like I don't see anyone immediately standing there, and I look to the left in the sort of windowsill, because we have these wide windowsills that you can kind of like sit in because there's no furniture in the room, and all I see is blood everywhere.
Kurt, he's never seen his own blood before.
My friend is covered in blood. The wall is covered in blood. I've lived there like not even a month.
It's not been a month. I don't even know if you had paid rent yet.
No, I hadn't even paid my mortgage. Yeah.
You had not paid to live in this place minus the, whatever. Like, my goodness.
Plus, I live on the 6th floor. So, like, first I just see all the blood. I'm freaking out. I'm hammered. Then I realize the window is smashed out. And I live on the 6th floor. So it's like, just not good in any way. My friend was wearing white pants, just soaked in blood. Oh, my God. So then she like comes out of the bathroom. she immediately like starts in on with me. Like, oh my God, he's being so mean to me. Da, 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 da. Like just like starts to like try to involve me in the argument.
Come help me with my drama.
And I'm like, no. You seem to not be understanding. The argument is over. This whole thing is done. Either you need me to call you an ambulance, or you need to get the fuck out of my house, like right now. Like those are your two options. Like, do you need medical attention? Are you bleeding out?
It's like
her arm was fucking.
You were like, I'm calling you a ride. One has sirens, one does not.
Literally, those are your choices. Because she's like she was like a 5 foot, 80-pound chick, and my windows are double pane.
They're thick.
Skyscraper windows. So like she had to hit it like 4 or 5 times before it smashed through. I don't know how. There's
5 in the morning.
Yeah, it's at this point it's 5:45, right? So like I'm hammered still. Like I'm like so like confused. I'm crying. Well, no, first I'm not, because I'm just like in her face, like, bitch, like,
get the fuck out.
Here are your options. Do you need medical attention? Because I was worried that she was just gonna leave, and if I didn't like gauge if it was actually serious or not, then she'd just go stand out on the fucking sidewalk. Still like crying over this dude.
And throw things in the broken window.
Throw things or just like bleed out on the side. Like, I don't know. Like, there's blood everywhere. Like, and I'm hammered. So like, it was just so intense. And all these motherfuckers were just asleep on my living room floor. And by this time, one of them was passed out in my bathroom on the floor. So like in the way. Fully. Oh my God.
No one's helping. So bad. 0 people helping.
It was so bad. And
granted, no one should be helping
friend is just like shell shocked. Like literally is just standing there.
Like what the hell just happened? With the most
blank look on his face that I've literally ever seen.
I mean,
he doesn't know what to do.
I can relate. It's the only face you should have in that moment. It's the only face you should have.
And so eventually I'm just like, bitch, you ain't bringing me into this argument. This argument is completed. You are exiting the premises. She got an Uber. I don't know how that went, but she got an Uber. She left. And then she tried to like call me and like still say that like he was the one to blame, and that like, and I was immediately like, you're paying for this window. Because what else am I to do? Like,
I mean, yeah, you have
this
to.
This is a custom, expensive window that I'm gonna have to. And so then I had to call. So then, like, it's so embarrassing. I had to call the fucking maintenance guys.
It was embarrassing for her, but continue.
Well, agreed. It's embarrassing for her because she did it. But in my situation, like, I'm the homeowner, and I had to call my maintenance team at the building at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning and say, you have to come right now because there's a gaping hole. Like, we can't wait until Monday. And he had to get out of bed and drive. Yeah, because like, they don't live there. So, like, they had to get out of bed, drive.
Come
board up the window. And I literally was just standing in the corner like a sheepish, like, little fucking tail between my legs. I did. And he knew better than to ask me any questions because it's like, what is there to say? But, like, I had to hold my tongue and not be like, I wasn't me. I'm sorry. Like,
I don't know what happened. I promise. I'm such a nice person. Don't tell the HOA about me.
In the meantime, then she started trying to tell me that, like, because he was the one that was quote unquote being mean and unfair to her, that he needed to pay for the window and not her. And I was just like, bitch, we're not doing this. This is not.
I don't do no domestic disputes. I know that your blood is the one on the glass. I call CSI.
That I was sobbing, crying, totally hammered by myself because all my idiot friends were asleep, scrubbing off of my brand new walls and carpet.
Also, I just want all the people listening to know I was not there.
No, you were not there.
I was not one of the idiot friends. No. I would have never slept through somebody breaking glass. But continue.
So she leaves. So then it was like a whole thing. And then the relevant thing to this podcast being that then so first, there's many levels to this. I mean, the first point being the fact that she only knew this man for 3 weeks. Like, am I crazy for saying that there is literally no scenario in which you should get this upset with a dude? Like, even if he was fully in the wrong, which I don't believe because I know my friend better than I know her, but even if he was, who the fuck cares? Like, exit the chat.
I know that I've lately on some episodes been maybe a little more mean towards women than I should be. But I gotta say, short of the message for him being, hey, I slept with your mom earlier today.
Right.
I don't sister, really know. Yeah, like, I don't, like, short of anything to do with her family, which we both know that was not the case in any way, shape, or form. really don't see a scenario where you need to be out here trying to break glass.
Thank you.
Also, if you're mad enough to break glass and that person is in front of you, why are you not just hitting them?
Right, like, if you want to, like, literally fight him, like, also that's bad. Like, we don't support domestic violence, but at the same time, like, why is my property, like, it's not even his window, it's mine.
Like, do the thing where you just attack the person you're mad at, not somebody else's place.
Right, like, who's completely not involved.
You're going to punish them in a way where it's like, how are they supposed to deal with that?
100%.
I got nothing.
Agreed. So we both agree that in any scenario. Now, the ironic / hilarious thing is that the scenario was that she was mad at him because she felt like he was flirting with another girl that was at that after party, which is particularly insane. You've known this man 3 weeks. Also, he's there with you, but like, regardless of any of it, regardless of any of the details, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Like, I can't.
Oh man, I'm having flashbacks. Oh my god. I didn't know that there was more than one of these women in the world. It was
really wild. So then, the second relevant thing to this podcast is that then, like, in the weeks and months following, so his approach, so then me and him are like strategizing here. We're like, we need her to pay.
Yeah, we gotta collect, Stewie Griffin style.
And so I'm like,
got till 5 o'clock.
We can't just like block her because like we need to get this figured out.
You gotta still talk to the woman.
100%. So he was still like
answering texts. Maybe not being as much of a dick as I would have been after I found out somebody broke my glass.
Yeah, and
or my friend's glass.
What inevitably happened is that she came all the way back around from like, you're the worst person in the world, and like you're da 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 to like,
ooh, baby,
I'm so sad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So she was like, but aren't we still gonna?
Well, we're gonna be back together, right? Yeah. Like that was just an episode.
And he was like, had to ride this like weird fence between like, no, but also like,
but are you gonna pay? So it's like I'll keep texting you as long as you keep sending these checks. But also, I'm not putting out. I don't really like you.
Yeah. And even as recently as like a couple of weeks ago, like he would show me the text of her being like, hey, just thinking of you, like that. And he's like, I'm seeing someone new. Leave me alone. And she's like, what does that have anything to do with anything? I'm seeing someone new too. Can I just like care about my friend?
I can tell you that I have a lot. I can tell you, Kristen, I have a lot of friends in life. A lot of friends that I feel like are very close to me. I appreciate very much. None of them done broke none of my glasses, like windows, doors, car, like nothing. So, and if they did, guess what? They are no longer labeled friends. So, good for her. Maybe she'll learn to hold that L of that situation. I don't think that she will.
That's the thing. I mean, I took an L because then I had to deal with months and months trying to get my fucking window fixed, which blew.
Yeah, but your L was more... It was more just the sense of at the time that you had moved in.
Yeah, the timing was so brutal. Like, literally just moved in.
I don't even know if I would even call it a holding the L if that would have happened like now that you've been there for a minute.
Right.
But it's like the fact that you couldn't even make it 30 days.
I know. Oh, God.
30 days and you'd already destroyed the place. You didn't even have all your furniture.
Literally. Then for a while and kind of still the whole running joke was like, because I don't know, I still am. I'm like, everyone's welcome at my place. Like, what's mine is yours. Come through, da da da. And then it's like, now we gotta have ground rules, okay? Like,
and now you see how I be walking home, man. That place dangerous, girl.
No punching out windows, no racist, no anti-feminists.
I'd rather walk home than see somebody else going boom. No,
and then one time after that, my roommate, who then was moved in, like smashed a bug against the window, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't touch the fucking window. So we were just laughing. It was funny, but
it's like, stop.
Okay, man. So moral of the story is, if the person you're casually dating for 3 weeks doesn't like you anymore, just exit the chat, unsubscribe. Like
the same way you said if you ask for a kiss
yeah.
and they say no.
Yeah. Done.
The party done.
Wrapped.
The party
It's
done.
wrapped up. End scene.
Alert. Danger, Will Robinson.
It's over.
Do not pass go and do not collect $200. Oh, man.
So that was one thing that happened early on in the summer. That was like a couple of weeks of like, fuck.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, the summer was... Okay, so I'll say this just off top.
Yeah.
This summer, I personally don't feel was as good as last year. When we was in full lockdown, I feel like I had a more fun summer.
I kind of think that
Like,
you're not the only one who feels that way.
I just feel like I got to do more things with the people I was closer with. I got to be on more boats, which you know how I feel about boats.
Sure.
And yeah, and I think my birthday was better. So like overall, I just think I enjoyed last summer more. But one thing that brought down this summer was because, you know, we was open back up. We outside. Mm-hmm. And so now all these weddings I was supposed to go to last year are coming back around. I got to go to them this year.
Let's get going.
And I love going to weddings. They're always fun for the most part. I love seeing everybody's different designs on how they do things. And, you know, open bars are... Yeah. Wonderful.
Right.
They are a hell of a drug, 110%. Yeah. They be taking some L's sometimes, but they're so fun, right? And so there were plenty of people that I reached out to, women, and I was like, yo, I've got these dates for these specific calendar dates for these weddings. Yeah. You want to roll? And I got a lot of, yeah, sure, whatever. But I don't really believe people when they tell me like 6 months out.
Oh, people love to talk, yeah.
Yeah, because they should be like, oh, I never get invited to weddings. Oh, like even you were like, I never go to weddings. But
I mean, like, yeah, I don't, but
exactly.
There's many
but you,
for that. Yeah.
Correct. But you're not out here complaining about it. You're more pointing it out.
Yeah.
I was talking to these women that are complaining about it, so I'm giving you the opportunity to go to a fucking wedding.
Right.
The only wedding date I had all summer is sitting right over there. And he happens to be my fucking brother-in-law. Because apparently some people, what do the kids say? It's capping. It's capping.
Straight cap.
Woo! You know, it's like, so one wedding, literally, they were here when I brought it up to them. And I was like, I will text you within the next day with the date and everything. They said, bet. I sent them, screenshot, everything cool. I was like, a month out? Seems reasonable. Yeah. Put it in the calendar, you good to go.
Right.
Because, of course, you know, I don't do you. I don't be messing with green bubbles. So she was iMessage all day.
She was on the iMessage. She saw the shit.
She hit the heart.
She hit the heart.
I said, okay, we're good to go.
Deets. She knew what the assignment was.
I said, let me just make sure it was a Saturday wedding. So the Thursday before, I'm like, let me just text her and see like what she wants to do as far as the plan on how to get out there.
Excellent strategy.
I sent a text. She says, oh, that's crazy. I'm on the way to Dallas right now.
That's crazy.
I said, I said, oh, okay, that's cool. Because, I mean, I don't even have to scroll like half a thing up.
Literally, it's literally right there. It's like the next fucking message.
To see the wedding invite in the message.
It's like those people where it's like, hey, happy birthday, we should hang out soon. And the next one is, hey, happy birthday, we should hang out soon. Like, literally, it's like one of those like, well, it's interesting because that's right fucking there in front of your fucking face.
It's like, it's kind of crazy that you couldn't miss it. So, needless to say, I had to do something that I've actually never done and will never do again, which is I had to go to a wedding alone, knowing only the bride. Only the bride.
Damn, you're a so much better person than me. I literally would not go to that in a million years. I would not attend.
I had a great time. She did a great job as far as table placement. She put me at a good table. Those people were fun.
Okay. Vibes.
Homegirl probably would have had fun if she showed up, but
I know. See, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's like I said, in these scenarios, I mean, obviously you're holding the L because you had to go to a wedding by yourself, but like, bitch, she's holding the L because she dumb for that. Like, come on now, bruh. Like, that's poor behavior.
That was a very L day. I ended up seeing you at A bar that will remain nameless.
Really? That was that day?
That was the same day.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
That was the same day. That was the only reason I came. I was like, you know what? I took too many
Let's
L's
turn
today.
This around, yeah.
I was like, I gotta get a better vibe. I gotta get a better vibe.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
And then, of course, there's the wedding that I chose not to go to after whatever, because I was like, I'm not holding this L again to do the same thing.
Yep.
So that happened. So then, of course, Vic showed up, and we got to hang out with Chingy and have a great time at the wedding. So
yeah, that was wild.
All I know is 2022. If you're trying to go to a wedding with me, I better see your ticket.
Yeah, that is actually some bullshit.
Like some shared calendar shit. Like, yeah, otherwise you're not getting no invites.
It's very rare on this pod. Why can't I talk? It's very rare on this pod that I will criticize the women.
Rare. That's like Mr. Clean with hair. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
But bitches need to stop saying they want to go to weddings and get all these wedding dates and then not doing that shit. Like, that is some true bullshit right there.
Yeah, some trifling ass shit. I'm not going to lie, but don't worry. I'm on my Prince Petty with her, so
good.
We've not spoken. So
that's the thing. I feel like people are very confused lately about who is mad at whom.
Oh, segue alert. Pew, pew, pew.
Because this is the other story I have to tell. Man, and this one might get me in trouble, but I just felt like it wasn't fair to the listeners if I didn't address this after all the fucking hype talking that I did.
Before you even continue, because I know this is going to be difficult for you to be on wax, I'll just do the quick behind the curtain. I have wanted her to talk about this for at least 3 weeks. It's probably longer by the time you're hearing this episode. But I have allowed her to be in her feelings, and I said, when you are ready, we will discuss it. And she has just never said anything until today. She said, I'm ready.
We're going to do it, yeah.
And I said, girl, you ain't got to tell me twice. Go ahead.
You know, it's just one of those things, like, it's hard to even know how to frame it. Like, I feel like...
Do you want me to do the highlights?
No, like, we're gonna go through it. I'm going to tell the whole thing. I feel like I got fucking played, is the moral of the story. So I feel like it was just like... So I just was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is insane.
I wouldn't say... played exactly.
Yes and no, but like it's
the best
ultimately,
word.
Ultimately, that's how
it's the best word for the scenario. So,
yeah, ultimately, I ended up without
holding the L.
Yeah, just like literally standing. Anyway,
go ahead. Go start the story.
Anyway, so the story is the likely final installment of the saga concerning Mr. Rolex.
Shout out. Mr. Out of Town.
And I just, like I said, I just didn't feel like it would be true to the fact that I do a dating podcast if I didn't talk about this, because I know he's going to be fucking pissed off if he ever hears me talking about this. But
hey, he ain't downloading episode.
First of all, we know he ain't downloading shit no more because we can tell on the fucking analytics.
Yeah.
And second of all, like, who would I be if I didn't
You got to be you, girl. You got to be the freaking middle school best player in the fucking school, champion.
So here's the deal. I mean, he did come to visit a couple weeks ago.
We talked about him. He did the thing.
The whole story sort of hinges on bad timing on some level, because the main episode where he was discussed, the main original episode where he was discussed, came out on a Friday, the same day that he was flying in. And I texted him on Thursday and was like, the episode where we talked about you is coming out. You're going to love it.
I'm super excited.
I'm super excited for you to hear it. Out. You should listen to it on the plane so that when you're here, like, we can talk about it. And, like, I want to hear what you think of it. Like, da-da-da. I'm so excited for you to be here. And his response at that time was, like, I've been waiting, like, because we delay the episodes.
Bet. Get me on this bitch. Let's go. What's up, what's up?
So, but then, of course, like, whatever. Push comes to shove. He didn't have time to listen to it on the plane. He had some other, whatever. Yeah, so he hadn't heard it. and we had a date. He wasn't staying with me. We had a date lined up for Friday. And then we were going to see, like, what happened. I had plans during the day with other people on Saturday, but then we were going to, like, meet back up at night with, like, a bunch of people. But the Friday, it was like, okay, let's go on a date and, like, talk. Like, not just, like, drunkenly.
Yeah,
like,
let's hang out.
Like, da-da-da. So he hadn't heard it. So we go on the date. It was honestly, like, no cap, one of the best dates I've ever been on. Like, I will say that. It was so good. We literally, like, sat there for, like, 3 hours, had dinner, ordered hella drinks, like, da-da-da, talked about everything in the world, caught all up on his life, on my life. Like, it was so good. I had the best outfit on ever. I looked so good. It was literally amazing. Like, it was perfect in every way.
I could cry.
I know. It's so terrible. And then, like, we were gonna meet up with my friends afterward, but they were sloppy drunk at the bar, so we went to my roof.
Luck. So you're like, let me just chill out.
We went to my roof, like chilled.
The
like,
roof worked out this
time.
Hey,
he didn't stay over, but like we got our like time alone and like everything. It was just like perfect. Many things were said, many things were suggested that were not my usual like let's keep it casual kind of vibe.
Somebody caught some
100%, 100%, and like. I was like, I was very upfront that like he doesn't live here. He's heard all the episodes. He's heard the long distance episode where I'm like,
you've been very consistent this whole time.
Yeah,
that you don't live here.
Right.
Come on now.
So I was honest about my feelings, but I was like, I also have to be honest about like these other things, like da da da. And he was like, I don't even care. Like, just let me know if. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So whatever,
nice,
fucking
wonderful,
peaches. Yeah, like,
shit.
Was
it
fucking
was great.
Sweet. Yeah,
you was sitting
ridiculous.
there with Drizzy Drake, CLB. You was loving yourself.
Then Saturday rolls around,
dun, dun, dun.
And it just all unraveled. Like I don't even need to go through the details because there was like so many other things happening that night as well. It was super hectic, and everybody was very drunk, and like multiple fights were breaking out and being resolved. So like all that is fine. But the moral of the story, or not the moral, but the result of the story on Saturday is simply that he listened to the episode while I was off at these other plans that I already had. And he was fucking pissed off.
Heated.
He was so mad about what I said in that episode.
Heated.
and I was shook.
Before you even go, like, yes, you should have been shook. But when you find this out, like, so... behind the curtains, like, we probably listen to each episode, I would say at least 3 times before it comes out.
I mean, you personally listen to it like 3 times, and then I personally listen to it at least twice.
It's like, I had heard that episode enough where I was like, if I was that guy, I'd be pretty excited. Like, that seems like I'm in a good spot. A really fucking good spot.
Yeah.
So, the logic is undeniable. I didn't understand. But continue.
Yeah, and I don't want this. Like, I don't want to put words in his mouth as to necessarily what he was upset about. I think he had like a 1 or 2 like legitimate points. I didn't show it to him before it was released, and I do care about him. So I like most people. Anyway, like
not the greatest,
so
but I understand.
He like had this long list of things about like what he didn't like about it, and I was just fucking shocked. Like I was like, my main point that I felt was like, and I told you this, I was like, I literally have dedicated more airtime to him on this podcast than anyone because I like him. So this is like literally an insane situation to be in, that I only did this for these very like positive reasons.
No,
and he thinks that this is like so horrible and like terrible, and I'm like this fucking bitch.
Yeah,
and, like,
you're so disrespectful.
Yeah, just like completely
Stephen A.
disrespected him. Completely was like roasting him. And he's like, and like I showed it to this that person, and they thought the same thing, and I'm like, oh, so your boys who are just like have never met me and don't even live in the state and have never heard the podcast are like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, bro, you right, man. She on dirt. Which
honestly I respect. Like that's that's your friend and whatever.
Good that your friends are.
But it doesn't help
you.
the conversation between like me and him of like what And I felt like I was fair. I felt like I was like, you're entitled to like whatever reaction you have. Like, it's not for me to say how anybody feels with this podcast. Plenty of people don't like it and don't like that I do it. So it's not like that, but I was just so shook. I was shook. I could not fucking believe it. And I told him that too. I was like, there's no way I would go on this like fucking 3-hour dinner with you and like be like, oh, you're going to like it.
To think that you were going to come back around
to think that you were going to come back and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you would say this and this and this and this and this. So he was fucking pissed. And then the next day, I literally called Lume. So the next day he left. And
don't worry, he didn't leave his Rolex this time.
No, he did not, and he did not leave a crumb behind. Nothing to come back.
Nothing.
And I literally called you, and I was like, "Do you want to go get food?" And you were like, "Oh God, what's wrong?"
I was like, Kristen never hits me up
on a Sunday when I'm hungover.
After we've been out drinking.
Yeah.
And it's like I had seen her like the night before, like late. Like, so I was like, I figured she was good. She never texts. She never texts that early either.
Oh, yeah, it was like
girl
10
didn't even wake up.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, why are you even alive? Let alone hitting me up. Yep. I was like, wow, we're real friends. Over here and
pick you up. Also, I was driving, which I never drive. I'm like, I'll pick you up.
Everything. Yeah, that was the thing. That's when I thought something was really wrong. Because you were like, you want to get food? I'll come pick you up. And I said, wait a minute. Like, you actually want to like offer that?
Drive. I know. I picked her up, and we were literally sitting in the car outside your house, and you were like, "What do you want?" Meaning like, "What do you want to eat?" But what you said was, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I don't even fucking care." And you were like, "A new life, perhaps."
I did say that. I did.
Which definitely like it made me feel a little better. That was so funny.
I did say that, and you were like, you got one of those lying around.
Yeah,
grab it.
Yeah, and just, it took me, like, genuinely 2 days to even process the whole situation because I felt super fucking bad that I made somebody that I care about, like, that offended and upset and that I, like he thought that I was, like, talking shit. So I felt super bad, and then at the same time I was like, you've heard all 40 episodes of this podcast. I'm not sure what the confusion was.
No.
There was just many ways to feel about it.
Yeah, it was like it was a weird L to take, but also at the same time, it was like, especially before even your wonderful, magical Aladdin Jasmine date that Friday, like, you had talked to him before, and, we're not going to get into specifics, but there were things that were said. Yeah. That,
I felt like
I wouldn't expect that
point of confusion to be there. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean,
which again, like, and I'm not saying anybody who listens to this podcast who knows me on a personal level is entitled to their opinion and is entitled to have whatever emotional reaction they have to it. But I was just shook. Like, I was really fucking sad. And I was just like, what the fuck? And so then I was playing, but I was also pissed off about the conditions under which this all went down because I didn't feel like it was fair to me. So then I was like, okay, well, I wanted to explain like some things that were not correct about what he thought was said. And so I was like,
someone's never heard of editing before.
I was on that like, please can we talk shit, which is like wild that I would do that, but whatever. I was
it's the softest Kristen been all summer.
And he was like, yeah. So then we talked, whatever, shortly after he got back. Again, don't really want to get into that because it honestly doesn't matter. The relevant point is that then I thought that we had like resolved it and like there was still hurt feelings on both sides, but that there was going to like kind of move forward in the sense of like he doesn't.
Yeah, like
he doesn't live here and we like are gonna take the time we need to both like kind of get over it, but then like still fuck with each other on some level.
Yeah, we can play with
our
little
boy, was I
dream.
fucking wrong. Woo! L number 2 for Kristen.
Okay, now this is really more L number 1 because I'm not gonna give the other one. But
I was dead ass wrong. I literally have not heard from him since, and my birthday was in there, so.
Yeah. Again, words were said. It is what it is. It was an L. You had to learn how to hold it. You've learned, and the fact that you learned how to hold it is because we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, and there was many times where I thought to say many things.
But you
and I was just like,
better.
you know what? Just don't do it. Yeah. Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Please don't do it. Hey. Nah, you did the right thing. And,
yeah,
it's fine. Like, we've already highlighted. If he hears it, he hears it. I mean, he can't be more mad. So, and if he can be,
hopefully he should. Yeah.
What's that going to look like? Who cares? Moving on.
Right.
It's fine. Yeah, that one, I'm just really glad you finally put that on wax because, man, when I tell y'all I've been wanting to mention this for so many times. The whole ordeal
was like very shocking.
So many times I wanted to mention this when we recorded the past couple weeks, and I'm just like, I can't say a thing because if I say a thing, she's just going to cut it out. I'm not going to be able to do it. But yeah,
I mean, not that people were saying this before, but I don't ever want to hear it that I'm not putting real fucking shit on the line to do this podcast. Because people be legit mad at me, yo. Like, fuck. That's why, another reason why I put it right in the bio. Because I was just like, no, what we're not going to do is sit here and...
No more surprises. No more la-la-las. Like, yeah, and it's funny, actually, beautiful segue about the bios. Because, man, really thought your bio updating was going to help me out.
Nothing? It hasn't done the trick?
It's been what do we call it? Sahara dry? Well, actually, hold on. The only thing that I will say, and I've been said this on the podcast before, is the dryness, the Sahara is really just Minnesota. Because when I went to that wedding with Vic.
Which wasn't in the state.
Correct, which was not here.
Right.
I got like double the Tinder likes, and I was only there for 24 hours. I was like, man, people be liking me over on the other border or another border. I'm sure when I leave to another state in a couple of days, it'll probably be a very similar thing. I'm like, Minnesota just don't like your boy.
Damn, that's
Minnesota just don't like your boy. So I might just have to change my bio to something that says... Not here for a good time, not a long time.
Right.
I'll just lie. Just say I don't live here. Like, just be
you
like. You
think that's part of it? I don't know. Maybe that is part of it. I'm trying to think. Is what I said like turning women off? I don't think I said anything that bad.
I think it was good, but again, around here, maybe it's not what the MN ladies like.
I know. Yeah.
We might have to get some more MN ladies to chime in. We might have to take a look.
I know, to have them take.
I'm not sure, but it's
just it's brutal out here, and
streets is dry, man. Streets is dry,
and it's so like also like we've been back in the bars more and shit too, and like on the one hand, I do sort of feel like there's more willingness from the general population to pipe up a conversation with the stranger, and yet that shit don't seem to be working, does it?
It's not going great.
Except for that like ridiculous frat boy that I was like talking to that one time that you were like, what are you doing? And I was like, just let me pretend like I like this guy.
Hey, I let you live that night. I let you live
because
that
it is. No, I mean, like that was sort of a one-off thing, and I sort of did entertain that guy who I was not into at all because I'm like, this is it is rare. Like people don't want to talk. I don't know. I feel your pain. It's just like.
I mean, you like 25% feel my pain, or maybe like 20 actually. If we're gonna be real, like percentage wise about it, but I appreciate that you're trying to feel the pain of your co-host. It's nice, Now that we're friends, it's cool. Like, I do appreciate that. But man, the drought is real. 2021 has not.
The fucking New Year's resolutions. I'll put this on wax. Are not fucking going well.
I mean,
mine.
I said
all
that
my 500.
I said that I didn't want to be too whatever, like getting into all sorts of crazy sexual encounters, and I've gone the whole other way. I haven't had any, so that's great. I've kind of accomplished the resolution, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, you manifested something, and then it's like, oh shit, make the wording on that.
In that sense,
can we get a rewrite?
It worked out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and re-record that episode.
Can we get a resubmission, please?
I'm gonna go re-record that episode and be like, don't say that ever again on wax. So it's not good. Not good. But nah, it's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
That's the thing. That's the point. It's always a mixed bag, and like I don't know, like it. Like with anything, it has its highs and it has its lows, and you just gotta fucking hold those L's, because ignoring them or being just like silently upset about it isn't worth it either. Because sometimes I do that, and it's just like
I've been holding a lot of months of L's here, and I would like to unload them for a couple of W's.
Unload it, yeah.
As my man Jameis would say, I like to eat some W's. I like to eat some W's. It'd be nice, but it's fine. We're moving on, and we're gonna hope for the best. I really don't got much.
You're just like, fuck, take a shot, take a shot.
It's painful, guys. It's
no,
painful.
if you're out here feeling the L's, that's okay. We all feel them at times. That's what honestly, like, I talk a lot about how great being single is. I do genuinely believe that, but it is genuinely hard, and shit goes awry. And it's just like, fuck.
It doesn't always hit the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, sometimes.
But it's cool. I'm just going to take all of this pent-up energy. I'm going to be in Vegas very soon, and I'm just going to release it. Hopefully not as expensive as the last time when I talked about it on the podcast, but I'm not making no promises.
No promises.
I got a hotel this time already. So
there we go. That's a good start.
I'm at least 300 saved.
Further starting point than last time.
I'm at least 300 saved.
Sure.
So we Gucci, Louis, Fendi, hopefully Prada. So we'll see.
Plus, we're turning all the plus. I mean, like, it's like they say the kids say on TikTok. Why would I take it when I can take a dove? Like, we got to do it for the content.
Who says that?
The TikTok kids.
Kids? Like, how old are they?
I don't know or care. I love that fucking audio. It's a great one.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is
take the L's and turn it into the content for the podcast, because I know other people are out here feeling the same way. So here we are sharing our fucking moody stories. Hopefully this guy doesn't like literally text me tomorrow and be like, "What the fuck?" But whatever.
It doesn't matter. Like a great philosopher once said, "The comeback is always greater than the setback."
There you go.
Mike, Situation Sorrentino, my guy, Jersey Shore. Shout out. But yeah, it's fine. We just out here. We got to let other people know that, even though as great as we are and, of course, listening to the best podcast you heard today, we can, not be great all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sometimes we hold the L. So.
And we're proud.
Proud of what?
Our ability to hold the L and not be ashamed.
Oh.
I mean, I am. Honestly, I am.
I'm proud of you, then. Shout out to the Lukes.
No, actually, what were we? No, we were the Saints. Dead ass, not the for a while it was the Lukers, but then it was when I was there it was the Saints. We were Saints, which was awesome because that's also my actual name.
Which is ironic because Saint is not what anyone would call you if they listen to this podcast.
No.
Goddamn, Mike Will. Goddamn.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we covered enough of these losses. We'll come back with some more W shit next week.
Yes.
But you good?
Yeah, I need a fucking drink.
Yeah, definitely need a drink break now. So
drink break.
we go hit that drink break.
We'll
see you with the quick kiss. Deuce.